college level and not only play well, but graduate. Please give a warm welcome to Coach Jabbar Juluke of Karr. Jabbar?
Thank you, Ken. Good afternoon. On behalf of my principal, Mr. John Heiser, and the Karr family, I'd like to thank Mr. Trahan and New Orleans Quarterback Club for having me here. Before I start, I'll tell a quick story about David and Coach Roth. Dave and I been knowing each other for a real long time, and it's kind of funny that we're up here together. And we were teaching at James Singleton Charter Middle School, and Dave was not coaching. And I was like, man, the way you're handling the kids, we really need you to come coach with us at Old Perry Walker. And the rest is history now. Dave is in college, and we was coaching under Frank Wilson. And I'm just proud to be a friend of this young man. And Coach Roth, we played those guys several times when I first started out, and they were really putting it to us pretty good, you know. And as a student of the game, I asked Coach Roth, is it okay that I come to you and sit down and find out some of the things that you're doing to better my program and to better myself as a football coach? And I want to publicly thank Coach for allowing me to do that. And he's such a great guy. And Coach Greco's here. He was the athletic director at Nicholas State when I was in college as well. I'm going to college, and they recruited me. So this is a good day, Ken. I appreciate you having me today. But like Ken said, we're in the semifinals for the third consecutive year at Karr, and we're very proud of it. We're humble with humility that we have this opportunity, because some people don't have the opportunity to play in the state semifinals on a regular basis. And we've been fortunate enough to do so. And Ken spoke about us having young men playing college ball. We went back, and I gave Ken a flyer. We've been fortunate. I've been fortunate to coach 70 Division I, 1AA, Division II football players in the last 10 years while I was at Karr. And from 2003 to 2007, 24 of the young men have already graduated from college, and I'm very proud of what they have done. And I can't speak volumes of what they're doing, and I'm proud of them all the way through. And my coaching staff, I would also like to acknowledge those guys, because without those guys, we would not be having the success that we're having. They're doing an outstanding job of putting our young men in a position to be successful. That's on and off the football field. Even though we're talented on the football field, we take very much pride in being the best off the field in the classroom. And we want to make sure that our young men continue to do those things, and that's why we're trying to lead them in the right direction. And we're fortunate to be winning some football games, and we're proud of it. Right now, I was just telling a guy earlier, we have 22 Division I football players on the staff right now between our junior and senior class. And we're excited about what those guys are doing. We have one game ahead of us right now, and that's Holy Cross. And we're very excited about playing those guys. They're a very well-coached football team. Coach Wilson is doing an outstanding job in bringing Holy Cross back to where they used to be. And it's going to be a very good football game this coming Friday. And we're honored to be in the state playoffs. And once again, I'd like to thank Ken for having me here. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer.
Talk about Speedy and what kind of player he is and how you've used him for the people that aren't aware of him.
Devontae is, most people call him Speedy, but his real name is Devontae Noel. He's a junior. He's actually a top 10 recruit in the class of 2014, and he's a phenomenal athlete. He's one of those guys that actually comes around every 10 years or so. He can run, he can kick, he can pass, he can catch the football. He's very versatile, and he's very fast, actually. Last night, Friday night, he ran a touchdown against St. Augustine. And St. Augustine has some very fast athletes. He went 60 yards, and he was untouched, and no one can touch him. So he's a phenomenal player, and I'm just glad that he's on our team. And we also have Gerald Willis, who's also a top recruit in the country in the 2014 class. And we're excited about what those young men are doing for us.
Coach, have you given any thought to playing up to 5A next year?
No, sir.
You haven't given any thought, or you're not going to do it?
No, sir. I don't want to play Rummel. I don't want to play West Monroe. I don't want to play those guys. And to be honest with you, across the board, Class 4A is just as good as Class 5A. And when you're talking about the top 10 teams in the 4A division, I think all of us have played 5A schools, and we all fared out pretty well. But it's not just about football playing up in 5A. We make it play and hold our own. But we're talking about girls basketball, girls softball, volleyball, and our minor sports, or the sports that may suffer. Football and basketball and track, we may do well in it with the boys. But overall, it's not a good deal for the entire school.
Raise your hand if you have a question. Holy Cross, what does Holy Cross do well?
Holy Cross is a very They pass the ball real well. They have a good running back. They have an outstanding wide receiver. Defensively, they run to the football. We're going to have a very tough challenge ahead of us on Friday night, and we're looking forward to it. I think Coach Wilson and his guys are going to have them ready to play. They get after the ball pretty good, and we're just excited about being in the playoffs. And at this late year of the season, everyone can play, and it's a team that's going to make the least amount of mistakes.
Talk about the atmosphere you had Friday night, this past Friday.
Unbelievable. It's probably the best high school football game I have seen in a long time. Coach Dave and I, we went up to play in Bastrop, and Bastrop, we played Bastrop High School in the semifinals when we were at Old Perry Walker. And it was kind of compared to that where you had standing room only. They had over 8,000 people in Berman Stadium, and St. Augustine came out with some fireworks, popping firecrackers and everything, and the bands were playing. And it was a great deal, and we were just excited to be on the winning end, and hopefully that we could continue winning, and hopefully be playing the Superdome on December the 7th.
Anyone else?
Yes, sir.
You got some legacy kids you want to tell us about? Some kids that play, the kids that are playing now, that their dads played?
Noel Ellis. Noel Ellis Sr., he played at Tulane. I'm glad you asked that. Noel Ellis Sr. had 16 interceptions in one season, and he only played football for 1 year, and he wound up going to Tulane. And Noel Jr. had 18 in his career, so they're both going back and forth about who has the most interceptions, who's the better of the two. And we're very proud of what we have at Karr. Not only Noel, Bernard Robinson played at Tulane, Jerry Phillips played at Tulane, and I think those guys did an outstanding job going to Tulane. This is what we have at Karr. We are, from 2003 to 2005, we were a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, recognized by the Department of Education as one of the top schools in the United States. So we're not just good football players and good athletes, we have some very good student athletes, and we take students very seriously at Karr. Right now, we're an A+ school. The state grades everyone A, B, C, and we're an A school right now, and we're very proud of it. Last year, we were a B+ school, and we've moved up to an A school. So we're trying to have a very diverse culture at Karr and making sure that our student athletes are doing the things that they're supposed to do. And what we're mostly proud of, that those 70 young men, 69 were academically eligible to play as freshmen. And the one young man that did not qualify, he went to Arizona Western Junior College and graduated from there, and he's graduated from Southern Miss University as well, and he's going to be in the NFL draft next year. His name is Jason Weaver. So we're batting 1,000 and our guys doing well on and off the football field, and we're just fortunate to have some good athletes to come through there.
Anyone else?
Thank you again. Appreciate it.